Welcome to Pure Country Reacts, and this is going to be the second time we're watching this episode tonight because dummy me forgot to do the transition. Yes. Anyway, I have a lot on my mind. Come on. Anyway, this is episode
33
and 34. It's going to be Manito episode 1 and 2, and we're going to do them in one video. The Manito episode is when they are going to be doing some competitions with each other, but the Manito is they draw names basically out of a hat, not technically a hat, but that's the general idea. They'll draw the name of someone, and what they'll do is they will have to do something sort of kind of incognito with the Manito without the Manito knowing. So, I'm going to remember to transition it this time, that way y'all can see the video.
How about I just do the mouse?
Yeah, you should. But anyway, this is the second time we're seeing it tonight, but it's actually good for me because this is actually one of my favorite episodes just because of the photo zone and the food bingo. So I get to watch it a second time tonight, which actually I do need some laughs after working all day. So without further ado, run BTS Manito episode 1, and after this we're going to do episode 2.
Now,
Oh my god.
I'll kill you one day.
Please stop. We gotta remember our critiques, but they were true critiques, though. So, exactly, they're gonna be true critiques, and we don't have anybody we're gonna criticize on this one. I mean, we really could if we wanted to be really particular and really specific about some stuff. But this is just a fun episode.
We could if we wanted to be mean.
We could have, but we didn't want to because we do enjoy this one. I wanted to actually do this, the photo zone with Lexi and myself for when we got to this episode. I tried it with my cell phone and my cell phone just will not do it. Everything blurs. I bought a GoPro, and I haven't tried it with the GoPro, but the thing is I think the GoPro is just such a wide view on it that's not going to pass, so I'm going to have to try it with my camera that also takes videos, but I got to get a memory card for it. So we didn't get to do it in time for this one, but hopefully she and I will be able to do this further on down the road just because it was so fun. I'd never thought of this. Some other people may have. I never had seen it until this, but it's just a really fun episode, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
포리 주머니 언제 빼야 돼? 이거 안 돼. 굉장히 심하거든. 거기에 지금 뭐 들어있나요? 지금요? 네. 아무것도 없어요?
I really think the pouch is empty. Do you think it's got anything in it? I'm sure it's
오늘은
empty.
무엇을 하나요?
It's just like the pouch. Manito and Games.
선물들이
And if you see in the background, which I'll just go back right there. If you look down in the bottom left corner, they have bought gifts. Each one bought a gift for, I'm assuming it was their Manito, but I think it might have had something to do with if they accomplished their task. Not really sure, but they did all get something in the end. And right now what they're talking about is the gifts that they purchased for whoever gets those.
이 선물 굉장히 최고라고 진짜 최고의 선물이에요. 제 방에 진짜 필요하거든요. 제가 준비한 거. 전 모든 사람이 필요한 걸 샀어요.
저는 제 방에 진짜 필요한 거.
You know, Jen said he needed his in his room. We really need to pay attention to which one Jen did. I'm thinking I remember the one Jen did.
그런데 어떻게 보면 가장 쓸데없는 선물일 수도 있어요. 네, 뽑읍시다.
Can be. Alright, so these is Jen.
V got Jen. This is Manito.
Having Manito tell you you're really smart.
You're really smart.
Now, I think, honestly, some of them had challenges that were too difficult.
Very difficult.
Because especially when you have to get them to say something specific.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have the type of producers like they do, any word added or any word that's not said, basically you could fail your challenge completely, which I don't think is fair. But then you got some that were too easy.
Very easy. And it was really the luck of the draw. And you'll see what we're talking about. It's going to be hard to get somebody to say something, like Lexi said, that's really specific to you. I mean, how do you make somebody do that?
Exactly. So Jen's is J-Hope. Now V is already acting sus. Now, if we know anything about V, he does that when he's normal.
Yes.
When he's supposed to be sus, he's not.
Yes.
When he ain't supposed to be sus, he is.
Yes.
That's just...
He likes to act sus. He really does. And they fall for it every time. Just watch their comments. Are you my Manito, huh? You know, you're already starting. You're not being really swift about this.
You'd think that Jimin and Jungkook would know by now.
Yes.
Especially Jimin, since he's been friends with him longer. You think he'd know.
Look, Sugar's always saying, he's the Manito. He touched my neck.
Nah, he's trying to confuse you.
Exactly.
Alright, so have your Manito tell you stop it now.
Yup. Jimin ended up with Jungkook.
이게 흡수됐나 봐.
Like, I've been trying to get the cologne off of him. Don't touch me. Make a heart with your Manito toward the camera.
Yeah.
Now, that's difficult to you to do simultaneously instead of just you on your own.
Exactly.
See, now, RM got Jimin. His was the easiest.
And he said it. This is easy.
Make a V sign behind your Manito. Behind your Manito, basically.
Exactly. The Manito don't have to participate in nothing.
Exactly. See, if it's something that you have to do on your own, oh yeah, that's definitely
Very easy.
But when you have to get them to do something with you at the same time,
Difficulty level raised.
and then saying the words,
Specific.
that's harder.
That is harder. That really is.
It's because, like I said, any word added or not in there, the producers say you failed.
But look at that. Look at his comment though. He says stroking someone's neck like Taeyoung is too obvious.
Now,
But Tay wasn't doing it to his Manito because he
his Jin.
has Jin.
Yeah, so he's trying to confuse them. That's Hera scratching in the back.
No, I thought my candle went out.
No, it smoked a second.
All right, so he had V, did he not?
Yeah.
Jungkook has Sugar.
Let me see what Sugar's supposed to say. Make a finger heart next to your Manito. That's easy. No, he doesn't have to participate.
You don't have to participate.
Alright, Jungkook, Sugar. Jimin ain't trusting.
Nobody.
He ain't trusting nobody.
And
Don't
really,
touch
none
me.
of them are going to, really.
Lock fingers with and hold hands with your Manito. Now, that's too obvious.
Very obvious, very difficult.
Very obvious, especially for Sugar.
Exactly.
He's observant with things.
He really is.
Alright, so J-Hope gets RM, because I know his is the longest. High five your Manito 3 times. That's difficult. But at the same time, I think it's easy because whenever they do games a lot, you have multiples of them high-fiving each other.
Exactly.
So that's typically normal.
He needs to try to persuade RM to do that. And since they know that the Manitos got their own task to do, or they've got their own task to do with the Manito, they might not be quite as eager to give him a high five 3 times.
Well, I'm sure they think it's something a little difficult. They probably don't know how easy some of them are. Except RM, I think RM understands that some can be easy.
Yeah, considering he got the easiest besides the finger heart thing.
It's Sugar.
Yeah.
시작된과 동시에 마니또 미션은 시작입니다. 아 이거 어떻게 해야 돼?
Babe, you'll get it. It's fine. Y'all make finger hearts all the time.
Exactly.
Y'all always do it to the camera.
Look, V, you're not so good at acting.
See, he does it to someone different.
He's not doing it to his Manito, and that's why he's giggling.
눈에 뻔하게 보이네. 옳지 추천받습니다.
But the thing is, if you think about it, if he was supposedly doing it to his Manito, he's done it to 2 different people.
Yep, he did it to Sugar, and then it was a Jungkook
Yeah,
he did it
Jungkook.
to? Exactly. Now, before they get started, they always have to come up with some type of a penalty, some type of a punishment.
Instead of them being in the dark with the punishment, they need to see how bad it is first so they know how much they need to win this.
Exactly. And so they're tossing up ideas as what the penalty is going to be, and it's going to be for the 6th and the 7th place, the last 2.
I'd rather my group come up with a penalty than the producers. The producers made them drink garlic juice.
They really did, and that's a bit harsh because raw garlic is pretty pungent.
It's hot for the mouth, and
Yeah.
it's not a good smell.
No.
And it's really hard to brush out of your mouth.
Yeah. You'd almost have to eat a ton of bread maybe to even get it soaked out. I don't even know if it'd work at that point.
Probably not.
Okay, so they're discussing
Arranging clothes for the
the
airport.
airport. As I told you, airport clothes are very important to them. Did he just throw out the hanbok yet?
No.
No. Ramen noodles. 3 things of ramen noodles the night before V Live, the next V Live, which would cause their face to be puffy or to swell up.
They're talking about the pouch. You need to leave Hobie's pouch alone.
The pouch is very Hobie.
And wear the shoes.
Yeah, they're saying, so whoever leaves this can wear the pouch. And Hobie's like, I'm wearing the pouch.
Now, the handbag, I liked that one. The thing is the handbag is so beautiful. I love their handbags. But that was Jimin's suggestion. They said 7th place will get that one.
Yeah.
So whoever's the last will get that.
We'll have to wear the handbok to the MAMAs.
Well, the airport to the MAMA.
Yeah.
or in it.
본인 캐릭터 홍보도 되고 좋은 거 아닙니까? 본인 거 하면 본인 걸 알리는 거 같고 그냥 귀엽고.
Now, this is the first time they've actually put them wearing their BT21 characters, because I think it was just recently they had just created them. This is the first time they made it as a penalty. So basically, the person who's in sixth place will end up wearing whoever's character
that was in the first place.
So
whoever wins first place, sixth place person will wear the character created by the first place.
Yep, that was Jim's suggestion.
Yes.
First place winner will have to do it.
Exactly.
There we go. Look at him. You couldn't up with the penalties.
Yeah, but really those things are actually really, really cute. But as we've discussed before, very restrictive, probably very hot.
I think because of the thick material, it would make me burn up. Now, I'm very sensitive to heat, so that would actually be a punishment for me. Not the cute factor. The cute factor, I wouldn't mind it at all.
Right.
But I'd be so overheated, I would get so nauseous.
And we discussed this earlier too. They actually haven't wore these costumes yet, so
this is the first time it's going to be a penalty.
Exactly. So moving forward, if we ever see someone with one of these costumes on, you're not going to remember it, you're not going to know, but we're all going to know that was a punishment from a previous competition, that they have to wear somebody's character.
See, I really don't think these are punishments. One, the costume is cute for sixth place, and the handbag is beautiful. I love their handbags.
It really is. But you know that they're
so traditional.
Very, but since they worry about their clothes and they worry about the style and looking, chic or whatever, they really don't think about, let me wear my handbag. So.
And that's what's so sad is Jim thought they were so harsh.
That the punishments were harsh.
He's gotten harsher.
They've gotten worse punishments than wearing a handbag and wearing somebody's character costume.
He has such a soft heart, I swear.
진짜로. 아닙니다.
You're too much of an angel, Jimin. Loosen up a little bit.
V might lose on purpose.
He will lose on I can see that. I mean, 'cause he wants to be cute.
Yeah.
He wouldn't mind wearing a character.
I was wondering if it was due to the handbag.
Probably. I mean, his handbags are pretty. I love them, which we'll talk about in a second.
So this is Photo Zone, and Photo Zone is the directors call out a pose for them, and then what they have to do is the pose, and they have to jump up, and they have to make sure they get in the photo zone.
And they have to have their shoulders visible.
Right. And we've mentioned before, sometimes these rules sort of kind of roll out as you go along.
Yeah, they
so after the very first picture, they're like, okay, hold on. The shoulders are going to have to be in the shot. And this is a little area where it's debated when shoulders are in or out of shots. But still very enjoyable. We will point out, and we're going to actually judge these ourselves, because this is one of my favorite episodes, and I think Lexi enjoys it as well.
Yeah, this is I think it's my third or second favorite. I think it's my second favorite.
It's very enjoyable, and a lot of times if I've had a really bad day at work or something, and
I will put it on for her.
This will get put on along with maybe one or two others specifically that make me laugh. This is one of the ones that actually makes me laugh. I may not hysterically laugh or anything like that.
It makes her happy.
It makes me happy. They're all having a good time with it. It's really extremely funny, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. Even the people who are not very aware of who BTS is, it's still a very enjoyable competition. So.
Alright, so 95 is up. I love it. There's my favorite duo. Flower Cup. Jim, are you getting ready? I swear their faces.
Exactly.
Now, if you look, their shoulders are in.
Shoulders are in, but this is where it sort of kind of gets said that they're not in. They really are in. This will come back up.
I'm glad it did.
Because technically both of their shoulders were up, so that should have been points for both of them.
But they say they failed.
And it's not a team thing. These are individual points, okay?
Bullet.
어깨선 이상 나와야 돼. 저렇게 얼굴만 나오면 아니야.
Jimin about broke his tailbone. I swear.
Really, really high.
And it's like his legs can't catch himself. So you got V looking cute and you got Jimin looking badass down there.
And as you can tell, I think you made this before. They're pointing straight for bullet.
That's bullet.
Bullet or bulletproof, but yeah, that is the correct way to do that.
Now, the reason why we say this is because RM does get a thing where his pose is thumbs up. I say it needs to be this way to where you can actually see the thumbs versus this way, as a first glance, it'll look like you're doing bullet.
Yeah, you're doing like a gun shape. So remember this pose, bullet, and then when we get to RM's turn, you'll see what we're talking about. So obviously both these guys got their points.
Yep, shoulders are in, and they got their pose.
야 오늘 박진영 믿고 가자.
He's doing all the work today. You got it right, RM.
나가지 않았어요? 둘이 뛰니까 봐줄
No, the shoulders are in.
걸고 합니다. 목숨 걸고.
I'm taking my life here. Awkward smile.
썼어요?
I wish Jimin got in because his was awkward.
His was very awkward. Now, this is something I'm gonna point. We went through this earlier today. I pointed out the fact that he will say that V did not have an awkward smile. It was actually sort of kind of sneaky.
It's
smile.
sneaky.
But Jimin will argue that is not an awkward smile.
3 times.
3 times. So listen for it. Here we go.
It's about to come up. Right there. 1, 2, 3. And the seriousness of his face and his voice is
it raised and everything. It's hilarious. Loved it.
All right, wink. Now Jimin struggles with a wink, but it's still doable.
야 나 안 들려.
Look at stranger showing presence.
Exactly.
Now his shoulders are in, babe. Okay, but Jin, you already know that's Jimin's eyes.
Exactly.
Look at the smiles and then disappear. Yeah, he got in. They both
They
got in.
both got in. Shoulders,
cute.
winks. Absolutely.
He is an angel. I've known this.
There's Fear.
Now, Fear, this one's my favorite. Well, my second favorite, maybe. Just because it literally looks like if he had finished his poses, because both of them, if you watched both of them, they were going to put their hands on their cheeks.
Exactly.
It was going to be the perfect replica of the Home Alone cover.
Is that Kevin? That is exactly Fear.
It'd have been perfect if he had got his hands on his cheeks. That'd have been a perfect replica of Home Alone.
Exactly.
But
maybe not Fear, but still a perfect replica of Kevin in Home Alone.
That
It really
still
was.
looks-
It's hilarious. It really is.
Oh my god.
And the way they got him, it almost looked like surprise. His shoulders are in.
Hey, you gotta accept it. His shoulders are in.
표정이 너무 좋아.
This gets debated a lot.
아 왜? 아나 그 너무 좋아. 코믹이요?
Okay, that's kind of a hard thing to ask Jimmy not to do.
소리 들어야 돼 소리. 소리 집중해봐.
Now he's telling him concentrate on the sound.
Exactly.
Oh, this is comical. That's very comical.
Yes.
That's hilarious. It made me scared thing. It's very comical. It's funny.
It really
How
was.
he makes his expression. Look, that, yep. RM's correct. That string has presence. It was like his own spirit.
Exactly.
소리 잘 들어. 자,
He does it in a cute way. Except focus on the sound. Tell him the timing.
Tell them, because you keep hearing these comments that they're saying in the backgrounds, I don't understand the sound. I don't hear the sound. I don't understand the timing. So he's sort of kind of explaining it to B.
Yeah, you should have listened to Jimin.
Exactly.
Here. Now, this one didn't get debated. It should have, though. His shoulders, if you think about it, his shoulders were the same length as his hand right here, and there's that one.
Exactly.
That basically was his shoulders being in, and that should have been accepted. But they never went back on that one. Let's pour
And I think, see, it says you see my fist, but see, still, the shoulders are in there as you raise when you jump, and he's pulling his hands to his face. So they're saying you failed. Technically, no, he didn't. He should have got his points for that because his shoulders are actually in the shot.
But they're both in.
Exactly.
But they never went back on it, which I wish they did. But it does get brought up with another photo.
Exactly. Heart.
I wish this one made it. This one would have been a good one.
I just wondered why Jimmy backed up so far. I guess he wanted to really...
He really wanted to make it
He
big.
wanted to make a big heart. And nobody made it,
Nobody made it.
unfortunately.
I wish they had made it. Expressionless. Now, we just said this earlier when somebody didn't translate.
Yeah, when I forgot to translate,
Anyway,
we're having to redo this.
I get where Jimin's coming from with the expressionless because that one's a little difficult to do, especially when you're moving. It seems like when it's better to do expressionless when you're standing still and doing nothing, and
Right.
nothing is moving. You hear no sound, nothing to distract you, nothing to make you giggle. It's like it has
Maybe
to be
even doing
still.
it by yourself.
It has-
He's doing it with his best friend.
and it has to be still.
Yeah, and they're laughing. They're having a hoot the whole time. So that's going to be
a little hard to do, especially when it's sort of hard for him and V to be expressionless.
Yes, because they're usually sort of kind of smiling a lot of the time anyway. And
especially since they're going to be jumping, and the thing is Jimin's clothes move a lot, and both their hair moves, so that kind of make you want to laugh. And they jump so straight. See, this is pressed smiles.
I like that. I'm starting to think. I think maybe Bullet was my favorite one out of theirs. It's really difficult to choose one of those to be the best, but this one was really good. I think Bullet's going to be my favorite. We're going to tell you our favorites as well from each group who does this. So
I think this one's my favorite just because of their suppressed smiles. They were trying their best not to smile.
And I think the reason Jimin looks like he's suppressing the smiles because he's already in the down motion. His hair's coming up. He's in the down motion. So
I think he had mentioned, I'm not sure. I think he did mention, though, I think it was in the second when we had to do the water challenge and he had an expressionless. He said, when something moves, I want to laugh. And his clothes and his hair moving and the string in his face again. That makes him want to laugh.
Every time, exactly.
That made me want to laugh just because I know how ridiculous I'm going to look.
And just because somebody's asking you to be expressionless.
Yeah, when you're already expressionless, that's something that's different than being asked to be expressionless.
Exactly. It makes it difficult.
It makes it difficult.
It's because my hair is floating.
He said, because my hair is floating. See, it almost made me want to laugh. Sadness. Oh. 95's being sad brings every one of them to their knees. It ain't good to see them being sad.
Nope.
The energy in the room goes down.
Good night. That's funny.
Now their shoulders are in.
Yep.
The shoulders are in.
Shoulders are in.
아니 근데 잠시만요. 첫 번째 사진이 이거랑
See, it has similar angle to the first one. I'm glad he had a rebuttal. So, so basically, you have to accept it.
Yep. And of course, RM is still working on something he's already completed.
Yeah, he's done it like 20 times.
Exactly. So overkill at this point.
Yeah, that's overkill against Jim. But the thing is, see, the shoulders basically are in. It's the same angle.
Exactly.
So you have to accept it.
Yeah, really. And it was a really good point, just like the one that you pointed out that he never did get points for. It was very obvious that his shoulders were in that one.
They were actually in more than this one. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing. That's my point. See, those are shoulders. His hood's up. It was standing up behind his head because he was jumping and he was falling down.
And that's what shook his show. I tell you, when you jump up, you sort of, and then, you bring your hands to your face.
Mm-hmm. That's just how physics works. Be quiet. Okay.
I like the little spin thing in the back.
I love it. How they both jumped at 2 different times, but you see they were
almost
right next to each other.
Exactly.
And Jungkook looks Jungkook right here.
Exactly.
If we're being honest.
Exactly. Instead of hurrah, he's Jungkook.
Yeah, they succeeded. Their shoulders are in. You can't argue. That's funny though.
Rabbit cookie. You don't want to say cookie?
Yeah. Now, this I don't condone cheating like that. That's a cheat.
We both agree on this one. It was not right for Jungkook to push J-Hope out of the shot because obviously J-Hope is not going to get any points. He didn't make it in the shot. Mm-hmm. However, we figured out the reason they probably did it is because they all refer to him as Cookie and the rabbit or rabbit.
He's like a rabbit, or he's the rabbit of the group, and that's why his character is a bunny. And I think he just wanted the fulfillment of, here, I'm actually a bunny this time. I was asked to be a bunny.
Yep, and he's the only bunny in the picture.
So, there you go.
It was wrong.
It was wrong.
But the stand-up guy that J-Hope is very forgiving.
And he said, I'll let it slide, but no more pushing.
No more pushing.
Now, I feel like if both of them had been in the shot, when you're going to do rabbit, you should have done it like to each other.
Exactly. That would have been so much easier too.
And it actually would have looked like 2 bunny ears instead of like 4 of them.
I know, because they always want to do this. I mean, if you're going to do it with your own hands, maybe you should only do 1 finger each. But doing it to each other,
Or just like this.
yeah,
Like that.
that would have either of those. So, anyways, the rabbit made it in the shot alone. So.
Dreamy. Now this one is what I think this one's my favorite of theirs.
That is hilarious.
Because now for one, now we got Dreamy here.
Dreamy.
You got Dreamy.
Dreamy.
And then you got Dreaming. ING.
2 different interpretations.
But it's still Dreamy.
Yep, exactly.
Technically. But
And, you know, I think J-Hope, he's got that white on, but looks like his shoulders are in the shot.
Yep.
So everybody should have got the points for that.
See, it's kind of difficult to see his because of his white shirt.
And the white background, exactly.
But his shoulders are in. Just based on biology.
And anatomy.
Anatomy.
정국이 안 나왔어요, 근데.
No, you can see his shoulders are in. There you go, Sugar.
연기력이.
Their acting skills, I know, right?
야, 너는 왜 앞머리
It's like a scene in a movie.
Why don't your bangs move?
I jump with ease. Look, his bangs don't move.
아, 이거 노인정.
It could be a lot of hairspray too. I'm not really sure.
Well, he doesn't really jump harshly either.
일단 점수는 챙겨야지.
He jumped very smoothly.
Yeah.
뿌이뿌이 잘하지.
Acting cute.
야, 방이 없다.
They already are. There you go.
Amazingly, same pose.
But nobody gets points here, even though Jungkook looks very cute here.
Exactly.
His shoulders aren't in.
His shoulders didn't make it. It was mostly just the sleeves. I'm sure his shoulders were up. Not in the shot, unfortunately. No points on this one.
Even though they wanted to give him points for it.
For the cuteness, for sure.
The expression is awesome. It is, but unfortunately.
너 연기력 때문에 솔직히 1점
Yeah, no shoulders
I
not in.
wanted to give him the point because it was so cute.
자, 갑시다. 자, 고! 바로 갈게요.
Blank face. Now these two rock at the blank face.
Yep, this is my favorite on this group here. And you have to look, seriously.
I love it.
Angry, it's like angry eyes on the left, Jungkook. Then you've got totally evil J-Hope on the right. It's hilarious.
I love how they edited the king crown on him because he rocked out.
He really did good on that.
His hair looks like horns.
It really is. It's just, when you look at it, you're like, it's not J-Hope. That's the devil, you know, I'm telling you. So.
Now, if we're talking about shoulders here, Jungkook's is almost like it's just like the part where that's connected to his neck.
Yes.
Versus, now if you see here's Hobie's shirt, that's the cutoff. So basically, if you go by anatomy, his shoulders are in.
Exactly.
So
really, I think they should get both points, or does only Hobie get it?
I think only Hobie gets it just because his shoulders are up there more.
Yeah, probably so. But that is my favorite.
That is hilarious. They did
here.
awesome on Blank Face.
It was really good.
I love it. Calm down, everybody.
Are you a collared lizard?
That's a good interpretation.
It really is.
Yeah, because his shoulders weren't high enough.
이게 웃으니까 안 보인다. 안 들린다. 자, 오케이. 조용히
Sobbing.
기대할게. 저 울어야 돼요. 오열이에요, 오열.
Then you got Hobie sob, and then you got sob.
Yep.
나 빨았어.
I love it.
And Hobie's sobbing is always going to be the fist in the mouth. Always.
Now, you can't really say that Jungkook isn't sobbing because I've seen some pretty ugly sobbing before.
Yes.
And everyone sobs differently. Mm-hmm. There's some people who have the silent sob. There's some who has the fist in the mouth sob. There's people who put their fingers in their mouth sob. And there's people who scream sob.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sobs in the world. And they both did
their own version of sobbing.
They did their own version, and the shoulders are in. You got the points. Especially when Jungkook's hands are up like this.
Yeah.
That's more of like sobbing. So that would complete the expression.
Here's their flower cups.
V, don't be doing that.
They did try to distract a little bit.
See that side by side and super cute. They did it.
Yep.
See, look,
Two different jump times.
Two different jumps, but yet they are side by side. Jimin agrees. Oh yeah, you defy gravity.
Exactly.
Heart shape.
오케이. 진짜 크게 해줬으면 좋겠다.
They will fulfill your desires. Big hearts.
타이밍 진짜 모르겠어.
Look at that.
야 인정.
Jungle's all the way up there. He jumped really high.
Really high, really does.
이게 넘어가는 거 아니야? 그러면 인정 못한다. 얼굴 넘어가면 인정 못하는 거. 미소.
I caught it.
Exactly. It looks like a sneaky little smile.
나 빠르다. 정국이 잘한다.
See, that looked like an awkward smile. That would have been perfect.
Yes. And yeah, Hubby's just happy when he's doing.
Honey, Hubby's always happy when they do challenges. They're usually fun.
Yes.
How can you not have fun doing this one? That's an awkward smile, if you ask me.
Yes.
Because that's my awkward smile. I don't know what to do, so I'm kind of like... You don't even see my lips. Oh, here's your second favorite.
I love it. Rage.
I love it. They got so into it, they had to feel it by yelling.
Exactly. That's really.
Y'all bother each other because you're besties. Don't think it's a bad thing.
Exactly.
You're having fun.
맞다. 오지 마라. 넌 오지 마.
I know what you're up to.
Yep.
You don't know what V's up to.
Yep. They're all saying, "Don't touch me. Don't touch
Now,
me."
Jungkook actually was messing with his Manito.
Yes, but not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I think he was attempting.
Could have been.
Because Suga's hands were up here.
Yeah, he was trying to figure it out.
Now, RM jumped a little too fast, and Jimin's hair was the only thing that was visible.
Because he's sort of kind of moved to the back, so
Jim was like, I'm gonna get the idea.
And I do believe they gave him some points for it as well.
I think so. I don't know if they've ever said. Sound of the beep's too low. Oh, there goes Jimin.
너 늦다니까?
No, who made it in there? He's the only one that made it in there. All you got is top RM's hat.
He got to fulfill his cute one because the other one he didn't get points for.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman. Oh, Cookie wants to get in.
Yeah.
Look at his face. It's priceless.
And Sugar's trying to practice back there.
Now, we debated with Jimin about his shoulders being in. Now, RM's is in the same angle. His shoulders are in, and he's done the pose.
Yes.
So he should get the points.
Right.
Now, we got a little bit of everybody in here, but Jimin full in.
He full is in.
He full is in. He got the face and everything.
Yep, he did. I think too is because he's so far back as well.
But RM should get these points.
Right. His shoulders are in.
Especially when they've argued this point.
Yeah.
Yet see, ours is a similar situation, so they should be accepted. There you go. Fair across the board. That's how it should be.
Exactly.
자, 남지만 뛰어.
It should be fair for everybody.
하트요?
The heart. Yeah, do a big heart for Jimin.
오, 야, 맞다.
And he got it right in the center, too. He did it perfectly.
Yeah, actually he did. Centered perfectly.
이거 해야 되는 거 아니야? 하트지. 근데 형 진짜 발바닥.
I'm worried your soles would hurt. I would be afraid, honestly, because he's taking his shoes off. I'd be afraid that he would jump down and he would slip on the socks because
exactly.
that's a wood floor.
I know. And I just noticed something too. They had a piece of tape on the floor where everybody was to stand. So that probably helped them center it as well. So
But I worry about him wearing sock feet. It's just
yeah.
a little concerning on the wood floor. I'd be afraid I'd slip like jumping back down.
오케이 자 갈게요.
뭐가 아닌데.
Especially if you jump a little crooked.
남지 이거
Wink.
전문이지.
I think RM can do the wink pretty good. He got everything in there.
이거 왜
Sure did. What was the hand thing?
We only ordered the wink.
Yep. He was going for extra points probably.
We got in. All right, thumbs up. Now here's our point with the thumbs up, but he still gets the points. I agree.
Exactly.
But see, it looks like he'd be doing bullet.
Exactly.
Just based on the position. If you were to just glance at it,
It does look like
it looks like you're doing
this.
bullets. But he did do thumbs up, and he gets the points. His shoulders
His
are
shoulders
in.
are in, exactly.
So
But we were just saying that thumbs up, it would have been easier this
If it
way because bullet
Is this
was
way.
that way.
all right, flower cup. Here's his.
이거 좀 애매한데.
Oh,
Didn't make it.
it may have been a little too late, I think.
Possibly.
Annoyed. Okay, he already does have that face. He has like the resting bitch face. That's already
For dudes.
Yeah, that's already accomplished.
Yes.
Yep, that's perfect. Yep, and shoulders are in. Now arguing. Sobbing.
저 비슷하게 하면 될 것 같아요. 저희서 좀 더.
Now this one I think is hilarious just for me because it looks like he's dying instead of sobbing. See, look.
Yeah.
He looks like he's dying. Like, look at that.
Hands maybe coming up at out and it's gonna pull him down.
Like Drag Me to Hell, that horror movie.
Exactly.
That, if you've ever seen Drag Me to Hell, it's a horror movie. This looks exactly like it.
Exactly. So now I totally get when you make the comment it looks like he's dying. I get it now.
But really, you see, he had a completely different interpretation to Jungkook and J-Hope sobbing. See, everybody sobs differently.
We all do it differently, so. But that one didn't count.
That one didn't count. His shoulders weren't in. Unfortunately, that'd have been a really good one, though. I want to give. See, his face was good.
Yeah.
His shoulders were in. Expressionless. Now he can do the expressionless. Well, he's already doing it.
야, 이 형 똑똑한데 일부러 안 보게 보려고.
Jimmy getting tickled. See, look, yeah, there you go. Shoulders in, just expressionless all the way, not even suppressing a smile.
If he said that he'd be an ID picture.
Now, things he didn't even look like he was angry or anything. He just
No, it was just. And you could tell he was actually preparing himself before the picture.
you almost have to because you can't just do it in the spur of the moment. Otherwise, you probably still have a little bit of expression on your face.
Yeah.
That looked like a mugshot though. Like with the poor lighting, it's almost like the ID pictures for school or your passport pictures. It looks like a mugshot.
Driver's license, exactly.
It looks like you just been dragged to jail for the first night.
Most definitely.
일단 기본적으로 나는 좀 불리해.
Now,
나 한복에 선글라스 끼고 왔는데 내가 꼴등하면.
just be honest. Now, this is my honesty. Jimin and V's pairing was my favorite just because they were goofy the entire time and they made some really funny pictures. J-Hope and Jungkook were pretty funny too. These two are unintentionally funny.
And you're going to see what
You're going to see what I'm talking about. They're unintentionally funny.
And they've been the two that has commented the most about how they can't hear the sound or they don't understand the timing.
Jin's one that says that he can't hear it as much, it's really low. And then Suga was honest with us, I think, when Jimin and V were jumping, and he said, I don't get the timing. Now,
so
at least he's honest, he doesn't get the timing.
Exactly.
I mean, I kind of wouldn't because the thing is on timing on certain devices are different.
Oh, yeah.
It always is different for everyone.
I think this is actually probably pretty hard because, like I say, I was trying it just with my phone. It was difficult for me. And that might not be saying a lot, but it is sort of difficult to get that jump and that timing just right.
Now, here again, before we start again, I'm sorry for pausing a lot. These two get the difficult ones. They get the difficult ones, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute.
They really do.
I don't think that was fair, especially when they didn't get it as much. Now, refreshed. How do you look refreshed? The only thing that comes to my mind when you want to look refreshed. Talking about some Hellraiser shit.
Yeah.
But the only way you could look that way is if we're talking about Mr. Clean. You know the bald guy?
Yeah, on the cleaning products.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Refreshed, exactly.
Completely refreshed. No hair and anything. So Suga, I think, got it. But then he didn't make it all the way in.
Yeah.
He didn't make it all the way in.
Not quite.
He jumped too early.
이 형 영리하네.
이 형 너무 빨리 뛰더라.
조용해. 안 들리니까. 나 이 사진 주면 안 돼요?
Can I get a copy of this photo?
That's hilarious.
It's not accepted yet. The shoulders weren't in.
한번 봐줘요.
It was like the connection of the neck. Goosebumps. Now, how in the world do you give an expression of goosebumps?
We thought about this.
Is it like this? Or, I don't know what kind of expression it is.
I mean, you'd be like, well, who knows? Who knows?
That looked more like a shock or something. Like,
I mean, theirs were really hard.
Theirs was really hard, and they already knew they didn't get it. See, it seemed like the producers made it intentionally harder for these two.
Yeah, because they were already going to have it hard as it is.
They were already showing their confusion.
Refreshed, goosebumps.
It'll get harder. J-Hope did. V did. Jimin did. Yep. See, look at the top of their heads, the crown of their heads.
Exactly.
Now, Gene, you can't say it's because they were loud. You could hear a pin drop.
Exactly.
Now,
just about every time.
And we'll show you what we mean.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, before we did that much. And everybody was talking and laughing, and still they were able to get in.
Yeah, because during RMs they chatted a little bit, and during Jimin and V's they were chatting and giggling a little bit, and they still got in the pictures.
They were even aggravating each other too.
And they were still all three of them got in. They were a little more silent on J-Hope and Jungkook, because I think they were curious to see how they were gonna do.
Yeah.
But, because, they try to test Golden Maknae, and then they wonder if J-Hope can pull off some of the poses, too, just out of seriousness.
Exactly.
But the other three had some noise in the background, but they still got
were able to get in some of the shots at least. Exactly. So they were quiet every time for them, but that's not the issue.
That's not the issue. You can hear a pin drop.
아 진짜 웃기다.
하지 마라.
Alright. A pin drop. You could hear a pin drop. Now this. Okay, now I will say, Jin's look more like duck lips.
Yes, because he started out like.
Instead of it being like this, with just the bottom lip.
Which one was this one supposed to be? Sulky.
Now, this is how you do it. He'll have a little bit of creasing in the brow and the lower lip pouched out like a pout.
Exactly.
Not kissy lips and not angry, because Sugar looks angry.
He did.
So it's kind of angry, but
he puffed his cheeks.
And it looks like he's smiling too. Usually you don't do that when you pout or you sulk.
No.
But his shoulders were in, but he didn't get the face correct. So no, when you're angry, you look angry.
Hell yeah.
That's not
he looks angry a lot though, because he just keeps this
resting bitch face.
Exactly.
For dudes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't get the points because he didn't have the correct face
expression, I guess.
Yeah, that was too cute. If you didn't smile, it would have been I'd see. Like I said, with the sulking, you don't smile. Alright, there's a rabbit. Jungkook's jealous. Someone else is getting the rabbit one.
Yeah.
And Jin made it in, shoulders and everything.
And Sugar didn't.
Sugar didn't. He was close, but he just a little further. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, unintentionally.
See, sentimental. Now, I said this a while ago. I about laughed myself to death thinking about this. The only way I think you could do sentimental is if you got J-Hope to get in the shot and do the school skit again, and him just pour a whole bottle of water on his face.
Like he's crying.
Like he's crying. That's the perfect sentimental pose.
I'm telling you, how do you look sentimental? Really?
I don't. How do you look? See, that's the thing, is I think the producers intentionally made it harder for them, knowing they already didn't get it.
I guess. I mean, because
everyone else got flower cup, they got the heart, they got expressionless, bullet.
So they seemed easier.
And they were all very similar, because the first 3 rounds got very similar stuff, like the heart, they all got.
Yeah.
With the flower cup, they all got.
Yep.
Cute, the wink. Well, I don't think Jungkook and J-Hope got the wink. But the thing is, they're very similar. Why don't they just get something that they've already done?
Exactly.
Not goosebumps, sentimental, refreshed. That's kind of a broad explanation.
I mean, it really is, and everybody might even interpret it differently.
Yeah. And you don't know what producers are going to say if it's correct or not.
Exactly.
Pin drop. And they don't jump in time.
Exactly.
You can hear a pin drop.
It's after the shutter sound.
The sound is not the problem. See, it's not related to it. It's not. Our noise is not the problem. Thank you, Jimin and Hobie.
Yep.
RM, that's overkill.
Big time overkill. He's beating a dead horse. It is time to stop with the V. You've obviously accomplished your mission. Roar!
It's roar like a lion. That one was easier.
Yes.
Alright, Jin got in. He did his roar, and his shoulders are in. No debate.
And then Sugar didn't. Shoulders weren't in, even though he did have the right pose.
Think of your handball. And now I get why he said be quiet. He's like,
exactly.
Shut up. Superman. Now that one's easy. If you can get the timing right.
Exactly. Still didn't jump in time for the shutter.
And yet, you can hear a pin drop.
Exactly.
J-Hope and V are done. Hubby and Vane are done.
어떻게 이렇게 못해?
How can you be this bad?
Don't get the timing.
He must want to wear the handball.
I guess so.
Poor V's dying.
V and Jimin are crying.
아나 웃겨서 못하겠다.
I feel you, V. I wouldn't be able to handle this.
I think Sugar just wants to make sure he ain't wearing that handball.
He'd rather wear a character.
Exactly. And this one is my favorite.
This is our favorite of this one.
Of Jin and Sugar's shots. This is my favorite. I know Jin didn't make it.
Well, it's just because of how his face is.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It really is. That is definitely a Batman thing. He pulled that off swimmingly. 2 thumbs up.
Now, I could have several on this one, honestly, because that one's funny. Mm-hmm. The other one where it's just the crown of their heads, that one's hilarious, too, just because it's the same height, and it's just the top of their heads.
Exactly.
But the last one, you're going to get why that one's my favorite.
You're really, really like that.
You're gonna get it. Hubby's dying back there.
야 이제 1점이다.
They can't even celebrate his win. It's too funny.
야 이제 1점이다. 비켜라.
Make way.
턱이 너무 아파.
My abs would be hurting. Really, if you could grow abs from laughing, I'd probably have a 12-pack by now.
Exactly.
I would. Sobbing.
장식 하나요?
Now they're gonna do the J-Hope sob. If you can make it in.
아, 땡땡땡땡땡.
Yep. Nobody made it in.
Nobody's in there.
Nobody home.
아왜 이렇게
I could be so bad.
진짜 못해.
They sweating it. Big
His 6th
time.
and 7th are clear.
진짜 조용해지자 진짜.
You can hear a pin drop.
마지막이죠.
Oh yeah, this one.
Vi.
This one is my all-time favorite. Even better than Batman. Them two are dying.
와 진짜 못한다. 와 진짜.
Because it looks like
You think it was both of them, but it's really
Sugar's hands.
both of Sugar's hands.
Everybody's dead, even Jin.
Hilarious.
Jin's crying. Jin's dead. You can tell.
썸네일로 보세요. 썸네일로. 자 이제
It was like game over. It really does.
열심히 한 거야.
Yup.
눈물 나와.
팀 하이라이트.
Alright, that's the best analogy I think I can say. Is like game over.
이 형은 자기가 못하는 게 웃겨가지고.
Now y'all said before, if you suck at something, just make it funny. Just make it fun. Best photo is Winky,
Yep.
Dreamy, Winky again.
Yep.
Save me.
Yep.
That's the best. Okay. Points now. These two, bless their souls.
Obviously 6th and 7th at this point.
Which it's probably a good thing that this was not the only challenge. Otherwise, 6th and 7th actually would be clear, like Jim said.
Exactly.
Clear.
And Sugar would definitely be wearing
The handbok. Yeah. Because Sugar's got 1. Jin's got 2. V's got 5. RM's got 6. Hobie, Jimin, and Jungkook have 7. Now, if this was the only challenge, I don't know how they would debate between these 3 getting first place. Unless they said, you all get first place.
They might have done maybe through an extra competition.
Maybe
or something
extra
in there.
competition or rock, paper, scissors or something like
Yeah,
that. 'Cause sometimes if somebody's tied at the bottom, they'll make them do rock, paper, scissors for the penalty if it's just one.
Exactly.
But they had 6th and 7th place, so they wouldn't be debating nothing.
Right.
And this is spotting the difference.
자, 두 번째 게임입니다.
Now, I'm usually good at spotting the difference of things, but
무슨 게임입니까?
I think because it's on a computer or it's on TV, it's actually more difficult for me to do. If it was 2 pieces of paper in front of me, I'd be able to do it.
I thought the differences that they had were exactly
Visible?
they're extremely hard for me. I think they would have been extremely hard if I'd had them in front of me because the differences, some are obvious, but you know they have to make something that are so subtle you really or you don't even know what you're looking for. So some of them were really, really difficult.
그림 찾기요? 내가 고수지.
That'll be the next
저런
one.
사람들이 한복 입고 나가더라. 야 이게 뭐라고 이렇게?
Like I said, Mr. Cheater back there has a reason for why he's doing that, and we'll discuss the second part,
Exactly.
which will be in a few minutes.
공채빈인데요? 야 어차피 니네 싸움 아니야. 냉장고 아니에요?
Now, don't mind us. We having a snack.
Yeah, we had to stop, have a snacky. I'm gonna have, it's actually my supper. She's having a snack. But now we are doing episode 2, the Manito challenges.
The Manito episode.
The Manito episode. So this is episode 2.
We usually eat when watching BTS, so it's kind of odd for us to finally be doing it in front of you.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that my meatballs are warm.
마니또입니다.
왜? 내 목을 왜?
아 그래 이거 어떻습니까? 7위 마마 갈 때 한복 입고 가기.
이거 나쁘지 않은데?
와 근데 상상했어 내가 입고 가는 걸. 봐봐 내 어깨라니까?
야 이거 아니지. 신나서 잘 뛰네. 야 한 명씩 와서 뛰어. 내 옆으로. 이러게. 자 이제 게임 끝. 안녕. 맞아.
No, I didn't enjoy this one as much just because it was difficult for me.
무슨 게임입니까?
So,
두 번째 게임은 틀린 그림 찾기.
and there are some cheaters.
내가 고수지.
Whatever it is, challenges.
시간 둘 중에 한 명이서 꼴등 하잖아요. 그럼 이제 확실히 한복입니다.
판매라고 얘기하는 거니까.
Like I said,
Beware of cheaters, it said. Let's not cheat. Oh my god! Did Jen just say that and then be one of the cheaters?
I think it was either Sugar or RM.
그러니까 5초 합시다.
방송을 멈추겠다. 10초 있다가
알겠습니다. 뒤에 한숨 내셨다.
Okay, so they're saying any cheater has to start 5 or 10 seconds later.
획기명 감점해 주십시오.
By the time they're done with this, they're gonna be all over the room.
뭐야 이게?
여세요.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
네. 몇 군데야? 몇 군데? 전혀 모르겠는데. 하나도 안 보이냐? 뭐야 이게?
Now, if this was on paper,
And this is what they're looking at to find the differences.
this would be easier for me to do if it was on paper in front of me right now. Because I'd actually be able to spot the differences right in front of me. Now, I already see one of them right here. Right here.
And as we said, some of them are sort of obvious. You have to have a couple of obvious ones, but then they get really sort of tedious.
See, 'cause here's one right here.
And they're saying 7 too.
See, that's not there.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can find any more. I can't
Quickly, that is.
quickly. Right here. That line's not. That's not there. That line's not visible. Or that thing isn't even there in general. I don't think it's even there.
It may not be.
No,
Or
I
did
think
they
no.
just-
It's the line in it. The line in it's not
Yeah,
visible.
so they just sort of kind of.
Okay, a
leave it
leaf
out.
here is not there present. See right here, it's not there.
Mhm.
So I've spotted that one. Let's see.
So it's 3.
3 so far. Now, if it's something with the pattern of the rug, I can't see that very well with the pixels being as bad as they are. Let's see. Okay, there's a spot on the pillow right here that Hobie's holding. It's not there.
It's not in that one exactly.
Let's see.
Well, you've got 4 of them.
Yeah, I know, but I have to be perfectionist about stuff.
Don't be since we're recording.
Like I said, if it was on paper, I'd be able to spot everything because it'd be easier. It's pixels just kind of distort stuff,
It really does.
which is bad because it's not very good quality on our end. I'm sure it doesn't look good on your end either, but I'm sure there's some more, but
Oh yeah, I think they ended up showing them to us as well.
그렇게 뒤로 가면
And usually when we watch these episodes, we skip this one a lot of times because it is so tedious.
I love Jungkook.
You said I could look. Whatever. Cheater. They ain't having none of it.
Jungkook, I think, drew a picture on his. Oh, and Jim did too. Oh, look, and then Hubby drew a star.
Look, Jen is trying to cheat off everybody.
Now, I'm gonna tell you why I think he is. For one, they try to make it seem like it's already what they're doing for the Manito challenge. His Manito was J-Hope, and J-Hope had to say, "Please stop it" or "Stop it." Now, if it looks like he's already been doing it, it's not as obvious. If he was just to go up behind J-Hope and just to cheat right away. And I'm trying to think, he's trying to figure out a way to get J-Hope to say stop it because
Good point.
Hubby's pretty like Jim, and he can take whatever, and he's pretty laid back about
Flexible,
everything,
yeah.
very flexible. He doesn't really say stop much. unless he's gotten really annoyed.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to think of ways, anyway, at this point, to get Hobie to say stop it.
Right. So that's actually a good point. I had not thought about it that way.
야 제작진 이제 하다 틀린
So you almost have to make it look like it's something you've already been doing instead of it just being to one person. Then it's like, oh, that's sus. Why you do it just to me, though?
Yeah. But I really think he's cheating.
아 오지 마요.
Don't come over here.
I'm sure he already was, but he had to do it to J-Hope mostly to get him to say stop.
진짜?
Because I think they do 2 more rounds of this. I'm wanting to say 2 more rounds of this because this wasn't the only picture one they did. Because everyone else moves across the room like 6 feet apart, like they went COVID style.
하나 때문에 헤매는구나. 야 지민아 교환하자 어때?
네? 아 싫어요. 형거 왠지 내가 다 찾았을 것 같아요.
아니냐고.
Sugar was trying to bribe Jimmy.
아 진짜 오바잖아. 너 몇 개 찾았어? 저 6개.
See, some of that stuff is just it's too obvious, and some of them is like you have to
Really hard.
5 minutes left, y'all. Come on, you got this.
See, right at the end, they're like, okay, we're going to compare here.
Look at cool little picture Jungkook drew. He's just a good artist. First place, look at you, Hobie.
Good job, Hobie.
Alright, RM got.
Oh, Jimin running in there.
야못 찾았어?
There you go, Jimin.
야 도와줘. 나이스.
Second place for V, that's good.
야 빨리 도와줘 나 안 보이게 생겼어. 아 나 진짜 모르겠어.
RM's third. There you go, y'all getting it.
Trust me.
Jimin got fourth. There you go.
야 6이요?
Alright, so we got Sugar, Jin. Come on, Cookie.
야 이게 뭐라고 이렇게 살떨리냐?
Oh, this made me so nervous. It would be.
Don't want to wear the handbook.
아까 제일 먼저 나간 저분 아니에요?
All right, here's the answers, guys.
Actually, oh, they light up.
Yeah. Those are, some of them are very, very subtle.
See, there's a subtle wording on the book that's next to Jimin. Then there's something that's, I think it might be a pencil or pen next to Suga. There's something on the rug between Jungkook and RM. There's something on the pillow that Hobie was holding. The plant behind Hobie. There was the little fencing area behind Jungkook's feet. And then a pattern on V's shoulder right there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He said if it was on paper in front of me, I'd be able to see it.
Exactly.
The pixels just got rid of a lot of that.
It really did.
So-
It really did. Because we tried it first time we saw it. We were up on the TV like, I can't see it.
But I got 4 out of 7 with pixels.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. I haven't seen that one in a while.
그리고 슈가 이게 제가 보기엔 협동하는 게 나아 보이는데요. 둘 다 정말.
And Sugar was one of the first ones that went up there.
얼굴 없습니다.
I think Sugar thought it was someone with the faces, but they did show with the backgrounding.
이건 진영한테 좋은 힌트였죠.
아 이건 진영한테 좋은 힌트였네.
이런 식으로.
Did Sugar get it this time?
자, 진영이 통과를 하나 못 하나가 지금의 관건이죠. 아 근데 반칙행위 한 사람들 이제 감점해야 돼요. 안 돼, 약속 안 돼.
Yes.
아까 시작하기 전에
Now, I agree with Sugar. He's one of these that doesn't like cheating very much. He will be the
Nope.
first one to call it out.
Exactly.
He said, let's take points off of people who cheated.
Exactly.
I fully agree.
Exactly.
I fully agree.
And he didn't cheat. He did it all on his own.
그러니까요, 주의하라고 했잖아.
Even though, we're not gonna lie, he bribed Jimin. He's like, you want to try some answers?
But you asked
You
instead
asked,
of just
instead of
looking
walking
over your
over your shoulder, yeah.
Exactly.
난
Because I think V and RM were helping each other out.
이런 불공평한
They were cooperating with each
They
other.
were cooperating.
Yeah.
That's technically not cheating if you think about it. Cheating is like you getting answers that the other person knowing.
일단 내 뒤에서 시작을 했어, 얘가. 내 뒤에서 이러고 있어. 이러고 있어, 진짜.
Mr. High Q must not apply to his eyes.
반칙을 해도 못 이긴다니까.
I think he wears glasses too.
Yeah.
딱 3초 남았을 때 힌트 드릴게요. 형 저기.
어디?
Give him a try.
자, 일단 제출하고 계시고. 잠깐만.
Sugar having none of it. He's like, you are in the handbock, man. This is not the end, obviously.
No, Sugar just don't want to wear it.
야, 진짜 이런 걸 내네.
That was too. I agree. It was really hard, but we were watching it on TV as well.
Yeah, the TV part would made it hard for me. Okay,
right.
so RM got 5 points.
Totally separate points from the others.
Yep, Sugar 2, Jin 0, J-Hope 7. Look at you, J-Hope. Jimin 4, a V6, and Jungkook 3.
Exactly.
Now that'll be added to their already points
From the previous
나쁘지
from the
않은데.
previous
game.
competition.
Yeah.
이편 진짜 기다린다.
Yeah, they're gonna do one more, I think.
공간 좀 넓히자.
And they're like, I'm gonna make sure no one cheats off of me.
얘들아 잘 볼 수 있게.
Yeah.
So some of them move their desks all the way to the wall.
Where nobody can walk behind them.
자
Yeah, see,
준비됐습니다.
Jimin and Sugar already in the back.
Yep.
I'm with
얼굴
you
안
too.
건드렸죠?
You know one's cheating off of me.
찾았다.
Exactly.
Alright, let's see. Now see, the pixels distort it a good bit.
Yeah, exactly. And if your internet's sort of kind of weird like ours can get occasionally, that also makes it distorted as well.
Okay,
So this is what they're looking at.
Yep. Now,
Yep, there's 7 of them on there, but you know,
아 이게.
but there was a leaf over there that was not. It was not as many
yeah.
on one of them.
야 나도 진짜 못 찾겠다 이번 건. 제발 보여라.
Come on, show me.
달라 보이죠? 이거 안 들려요? 아 안 보여. 야 이거 어렵다. 이거 진짜 잘 만들었다. 와.
5 minutes.
아 필요 없습니다.
Come on, babies, you got this.
아닙니다. 필요 없다. 저는 많이 찾았기 때문에 괜찮습니다. 주세요.
And I was thinking they didn't tell them how many they needed either, did they?
No.
So they didn't know it was 7.
Because Sugar went up there thinking he got all of them. He got 6 of them, but he couldn't find the last one.
그래요.
And V was pretty smart. He took one of the pictures off and put it side by side, so that's a good thing too.
찾았거든요.
That's something I would do.
Yes.
That's why I say it'd be easier with paper for me.
너무 좋다
Yes.
진짜로. 그림 풀 그림자.
잘못된 사진 준 거 아니야? 똑같은 사진 준 거 아니야? 내
Look
거?
at the shadows that exist. Third
Oh, they're
hand,
giving
Sugar's
me a
shoe.
sugar foot.
Yeah.
What about my foot?
예쁜 나무인데?
아 진짜 세 개.
'Cause I knew there was supposed to be something about somebody's dang
오케이 하나
shoe.
남았다.
와 이거는 진짜 찾기 힘든 곳이었어.
나도 진짜.
넌 풀 그림자가 뭐가 다른 건지 모르겠어. 정말 진짜 진지하게.
There are 2 on the floor.
저 진짜 어려워가지고 진짜 이거 진짜 안 보여. 아, 하나가 안 보여. 하나가 진짜.
It'd be helpful if you tell them how many they're looking for. Number 1.
거기라면 구하면.
Because what if they have 7 and they think there's 8? You know, I guess that's why you have to keep going up. All right. So there were the differences.
Yep, see the leaf over there. And then there was the thing on the floor. Yep, there was a piece over on the game station. I knew there was something on the blanket that looked a little off. It looked like there was too much of a blank spot. And there was the
Exactly.
sequin part right there.
With the little buttony things, yeah.
Okay, so I got them all. Good.
Oh, that's a plug down there. See, that picture, you can see a little better because it's only 1, but when they did the 2 side by side,
It's difficult.
It is difficult, it really is.
So, I got them all, thank God. But like I said, it's harder with the pixels being as bad as they are, especially when they're side by side and they're smaller. You can't see the details as well.
나 찾았어.
But the picture, I can see everything.
야 나도 좀 야왜 나랑 그만 안 해? 야 진짜.
저희 점수가 똑같아요.
진영 우리 합세할까요? 할까? 야 너.
우리 살아야 돼.
정과 쇼파 찾았냐? 쇼파 찾았어. 쇼파 말고 다 있다.
Now they're gonna start helping each other. It's like, I'm getting nowhere.
너희
Exactly.
뭐만 거냐? 더 합세요.
Probably by himself.
So they're comparing here.
야 민규.
Get it, Jim.
하나도 못 찾아놓고 나랑.
Let's see if you get them all.
와우.
Yay! First place! Look at you!
나 제대로 안 가르쳐준 거.
미안하다.
Yeah, help Cookie. Yeah, there you go. Now you get second place. Now V's gonna go help Hobie. There you go. Look. Oh, he tried. He tried to do the finger art. I did see that attempt.
Yeah, I missed it the first time.
고소아 고맙다. 너 덕분에 풀었다.
Hobie's a good person. You can't help if you're done.
그치.
Dang right.
살벌하게 풀었다. 야 이거 너무 어렵다.
Alright, so Hobie got fifth.
자 맞추신 멤버 가르쳐.
Of course, the last two still. Same one. Yep.
다시 한번 영어.
I'm trying to help.
바닥 뭐 다른 거야? 야 이제 살벌하다 이거 모르겠다. 땡을 그렇게 아주 재밌게 막 너무 경쾌하게 하시는데? 아 나 하나 못 찾았어. 몇
You missed one.
네 개.
This is 4.
줘야지.
아 수령 4점입니다.
진영이 그러면 2점이고.
아니 컨닝 하던 분들이 왜 이럴까 진짜.
지는 찾은 거 없으면 내 찾은 것만 100점하잖아.
똑같은 걸 찾는 거지.
You get Nori went over there to see if you could get anything off Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Second
try
attempt.
again.
Exactly. It was 2 attempts.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay.
I think these are all their points added up. Yeah.
Yeah,
All their
on
points
this
are
side,
added
yeah.
up on the last one. Alright. So that'll be those points. Alright.
마지막 게임에
Last
달려있다는
one.
건 진짜 마지막 게임 뭡니까?
And this is my favorite. My favorite. Love it.
I was thinking they said before because there was a challenge they did. I think we'll probably have to show Mom that episode because that one's really funny. It was a Secret Santa, I think it was, and they said they could tell whose gift was from who just based on the handwriting in the letters. Mm-hmm. They could tell.
That would be funny.
They could tell whose Jimin's and V's was because of their handwriting.
All right, so this is obviously food bingo, but
And it's
then
all
what
food.
you're doing is they're acting out the food.
They can't say it.
It's almost like charades in a way. It could be like food charades bingo.
Yes, I think that's probably part of what they were doing was the charades part to make it a little more difficult. But the microphone is the
Yeah, the microphone is the funny part.
that's the
guys.
funny part. Now that's a little difficult. Like you did this and you.
Well, and then they're all food items.
They're all food items. There's a lot of foods in the world that you could do that with.
우리가 맞춰야 돼. 무조건 맞춰야 돼.
라면.
Bessie laughing at his pain.
It's the air microphone.
정답. 단무지.
This is why I love this one.
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
야.
아니 형이 틀린 거 왜 내가 맞아야 돼요?
I really want to try kimchi, but I had to make it first.
He's like, there you go, you have it.
라면.
Now I would say ramen just because they all eat ramen that way.
But a lot of these things are very similar.
Very similar. Now
정답. 된장찌개.
that I can get because they do cut the bean paste like that for soups.
Zero clue.
Hobie, he did his different every time. Oh my god, that's serious. That serious face of his charging up to the microphone.
Well, they didn't know who. They both ran up there, so they didn't know who.
That's like he was in a track match.
Right, and they didn't know who was going to actually be able to answer as well. But yeah, very serious.
So serious face and everything. The snarl.
바나나.
Banana. I love it. Even the face he made was perfect.
지민 씨?
아 저는 쉽습니다.
정답 스테이크.
Yep.
Steak.
They love
I
them
have to
steak.
try to pronounce their English words because I love the little accents on there.
I love their little Asian accents. I love steak though if it's cooked properly.
Exactly.
I've gotten some bad steak
자
before.
할게요.
Here's the bees.
아, 저요. 뭐야? 뭐야?
Their confusion.
군고구마.
고구마인데 전? 고구마인데 전?
Even V's face. They're all just like.
이야기 해주면 어떡해?
And they don't know the answer, so they're looking. Is it
Alright,
right?
Jim is lucky he gets to do another one.
뭐야? 사과.
Yep, there you go.
진짜?
That's really the only one you eat that way. You can't eat a lemon that way.
We could eat a pear that way,
You
though.
could, but I typically don't see people eating that. Would
많이 도네.
아니야
you should cut them in pieces.
적기 전에
There was Jungkook trying to do his Manito
He was
thing.
trying,
Yep.
우정.
but he did complete it.
Yeah. But you look at Sugar's reaction. I'm not on your side.
He didn't catch it.
No, he looked
So-
at him weirdly too. He was like, "What's that
So
about?"
the thing is that it was so out there that it would be really weird for somebody just to walk up and randomly go like this to your hand, and you're like,
and it's like, "Yeah, you and I,
you and I are just.
we're on. You know, we're thinking the same. We're on the same wavelength." And you
He's
know,
like, "What?"
You get it, and you know, Sugar's like, "Nah."
No, but he didn't get it. It was the Manito challenge, so
Exactly.
Jungkook did succeed.
자, 간다.
All right.
정답.
그럼 뭐야 저게?
Spaghetti.
스파게티. 파스타. 정답.
Pasta correct.
Pasta correct. I typically do my pasta that way. It's easy to do
갈게요.
it that way.
Okay, here's him acting his out.
Look at his confusion.
잡채.
Yes.
I love some of these are just so out there. It almost has to be something that
They
they
know.
do or something. Because when I see some of these, I'm like, "What in the world?"
And I've seen them make japchae, so I know that was japchae.
정답.
정답 오겹살.
No.
Love, hilarious.
Three-layer pork belly. And really, this three-layer pork belly looks like bacon to me.
Yeah, it might be sort or like fatback or something.
Yeah,
maybe in a way.
It looks
yeah.
so similar to that. I wouldn't mind
Well, if
trying
it's
it.
like bacon, hello,
I wouldn't
I'm
mind
on
trying
board.
it. I love pork.
Now this.
Look at it.
이거 알았다고? 정답. 고구마.
I got it.
How is that sweet potato?
have
Do
no
not a
idea.
sweet potato dance.
그냥 막. 됐어.
You're smart.
I guess he was doing the floss.
똑똑했죠?
똑똑했어.
Oh, he got it. They succeeded.
Yep.
해봐.
He's trying to think of what word he wants to do.
뭐야 이게?
정답 돼지고기.
Oh,
정답 곱창. 땡.
I hate the idea of eating tripe.
막창. 땡.
Jen's just loving they're getting the air mic
air.
blow.
I mean, it's funny.
정답.
Jimin's.
Sunday.
아 대박이다.
He was so confused. How is that a Sunday? That one confused me. Everything they did looked the same.
돼지국밥.
땡.
No,
Because Koreans, of course, are the only ones that eat with a spoon
비교.
to eat their rice.
as far as Asians
Asians go.
센스가 너무 빈약해.
So almost everything he did was a spoon.
정답. 김치찌개. 땡.
But I do want to try some of their stews, though. Their stews look really good.
Some of them do look really, really
어디가
good.
지민이야?
Especially with the rice. Yep, that's a lemon. Lemon! He said it like a Hispanic.
Exactly, because when you want to, okay, so lemon. Let's see, how do you say it?
It's
Okay, lime in Spanish is limon. And lemon, since they have their accent, and Jimin was acting out eating a lemon, it was just so funny because he was like, lemon! So we're thinking lime. But yeah, awesome. Love the accents though.
I love their accents when they speak English.
Exactly.
I love it. Especially the heavy accent. Oh, Jesus.
햄버거.
The
Hamburger.
faces he makes when he says
How can you be sincere when you're talking about food? Banana and hamburger.
that's Jimin for you there.
Exactly.
He loves food. He's a foodie.
나야?
There's something about us. Oh, hey, I think he was gonna attempt. I think he attempted at that time with heart.
뭐 저게?
But I don't think he showed it.
야. 감자튀김. 정답.
Fries. Yeah, fries are delicious.
애매해.
Especially the loaded fries.
잘 보세요.
Oh yeah,
Now this one I didn't get.
yeah.
It's like he was like his phone
You can eat earphones.
and the earbuds.
멜론. 정답.
I don't understand why that was melon,
메론입니다.
but it might be something they do off camera. I don't know. Maybe they listen to music when they eat their melon.
Maybe.
어디까지? 자, 저요. 오케이.
Alright, Hobie. Hobie's a mime.
Yes,
He really is. He can do everything different.
오케이.
spicy fish cake.
Yep.
와, 너 쳤네. 우와.
And I get it because
자기가 맞추고도
see, hold on. I can show you how that actually made sense.
자, 저요. 오케이.
See,
That's
spicy.
매운데?
정답 매운탕.
But how you get fish cake soup?
우와, 너 쳤네. 우와. 우와.
I mean, because a lot of their stuff is spicy, is it not?
Well, it's a controlled spice. They said you can add or you can take away. See, everything with a spoon.
Exactly. I mean, how do you know? It's,
나를 가리키지.
Maybe I think the reason why V may have gone is because Hobie's not one for like a lot of spicy food. Maybe that's something that they know genuinely that
he doesn't wanna
Hobie
eat
doesn't
or
want to
something.
eat. Maybe
who knows? We can only speculate.
I can speculate only.
뭐였지? 땡 아니에요? 찌개. 뭔 찌개?
If you did not put something in front of that, you would have actually gotten it.
아니, 시간 없다고 우리. 국밥.
'Cause it was just stew.
와 진짜
Just do with rice.
그냥 국밥이야?
대박.
자,
A simple man.
정답. 파스타.
No, it's spaghetti. Oh, V.
정답.
내가 잡았다. 까르보나라.
Carbonara.
땡.
I really want to try that though. Carbonara.
정답 올리오 파스타.
되게 간단하게
스파게티.
생각하면 되잖아. 아, 정답 차돌박이.
Spaghetti.
아, 제가
정답
보기엔
스파게티.
They love spaghetti.
Well, as soon as Jungkook said it, you heard V. He said, "Ah."
다 할게요.
They love spaghetti. I mean, spaghetti's good if it's made right. He finally did something different.
한강.
How he looks confused. He's just,
비빔밥.
Bimba.
자,
Look, he's just gonna go. He's just gonna keep going. It's so funny.
야, 이거다. 얘.
oh,
Look at V back there.
oh, oh. V, acting fervently.
He's going. The same motion.
비빔면. 정답.
I think Jimin and Jungkook are already finished.
They were already done,
So
yes.
V's just finished. So we have RM, Suga, J-Hope, and Jin left.
정답이야? 정답.
Yep.
Our RM's finished. Last one's sandwich.
아 이거 너무 쉽다. 피자. 아 이걸 못 땡. 이걸 못 맞.
아까 했었잖아요. 자,
너무 쉽다. 수아야 이거 너무 쉽다 이거.
진짜 쉽다.
삼각김밥. 땡. 이거 진짜 쉬운데 이거 역시야. 와 다시 한번. 샌드위치. 정답. 그렇지.
There you go. Our Jin's finished.
갑니다.
나만 맞추는 거야?
너가 맞추는 건데 네가 일부러 안 맞춰도 나도 일부러 안 맞추고 그렇게 30분이 지나가는 거야. 최대한 빠른 선택지로 가자고. 알겠어?
활.
Yeah.
I was figuring that was kimchi because I've seen them pull it before, but
연기가 괜찮네요.
찢어 이렇게 먹지?
Kimchi stew.
김치찌개? 오 정답.
Yeah.
빙거.
Because they shred it more for the stew.
right.
알겠다. 정답.
Look!
The look.
Raw fish.
아니야.
See this acting job.
See, this one makes more sense than the other one. Steamed monkfish. Now, because he did the fish motion, and he did the steamed.
Yeah.
그렇지. 빙고입니다.
No, I didn't get that one. Alright, here's all of our points. So, Jim in first place. Hallelujah.
Yes.
He
Jimin.
finally got him up
Good
first.
job.
We got Jungkook second with 23. RM and V are tied with 20 for third place. Which I don't know why that. I don't know why they always do that.
I know.
So then Hubby would have been in fourth place, in my opinion.
Exactly.
So Hubby's in fifth place. I think in fourth place. 18. Poor old Suga. Sixth place, he gets to wear Chimmy, which is Jimin's character.
That's gonna be Jim, and so whoever the first place winner was, the character will be worn by the sixth place. So Sugar's probably pretty happy about that.
He's happy. He's like, I'm not wearing the handbook.
Exactly.
So Suga gets to wear Chimmy. And then, of course, Jin gets to wear the handbok.
Handbok to
With
the,
5 points.
to the MA
It
or
was
whatever.
slim with 5 points to 6.
Can you believe that? 1 point difference.
Yep.
총 점수는?
But he don't know which one he's getting.
와 진짜 이런 날도 온다. 저는 태어나서 방탄하면서 1등 처음 해본 것 같아요.
See?
운전이랑 문제로
It's crazy.
이런 걸로 1등 처음이에요.
Now, how many episodes have we done?
6등 하시는
And he finally,
30 something.
and he finally got first place.
Exactly.
형이 제 거.
Yeah,
Which is why we're always saying, don't debate it when somebody gets a win. Just leave it.
Just leave it. So, Sugar gets to wear Chimmy. And Chimmy's cute. Hubby be glad you did not have to wear anything. Yeah, he's glad he gets to wear Chimmy.
Exactly.
He didn't want to wear handbok. Oh, Jen's dreaded over there. You can almost see a cloud over him.
아니 근데 한복이 진짜 이뻐요.
It really is. Handbok is beautiful. I love them. Especially the blue and the pink ones. Those were so pretty. I like the purple ones, especially with the sheen on it.
자 맞추는 시간에 이제
Alright, we get to see their presents too, since they've all given or gotten a present.
Yeah.
땡. 슈가요?
They're trying to figure out who the Manitos are.
Exactly. And if they succeeded or not.
아니구나. 오 대박이다.
아 난가 그러면?
아니야 나도 B가 석진이었는데
난 석진
B인가?
내가 봤을 때 내가 이거 다 못 맞출 것 같아 지금.
나는 B. 아 석진이 형이야.
Everyone thought it was V.
저는 정국이.
아무도 못 맞추잖아.
꼭 맞춰야 되는데 윤경 아니면 B라고 생각했거든요.
아왜 이렇게 인기쟁이야?
He wants Yoongi's attention. Sugar don't show a lot of love to anybody, so it's like, it'd be a gift.
Yeah.
저는 알아요. 아는데.
I don't think any of them got theirs right when they guessed. Who's nice to everyone? He really was.
I think they saved it to the end. That way nobody can really guess it.
형도 B 해봐요.
자 진영 봐요.
Say V too.
정국이.
No, he would have got it right if he said V.
이건 진영의 맞.
He would have got it right, but he went against Jim and said Jungkook.
왜냐면 이 친구 뒤에 가서
Alright, so he said his mission was to do V signs behind Jimin, which he succeeded easily.
Yeah.
It was overkill.
Like multiple times. It was so unnecessary.
That's so easy. So Cookie was jealous.
Exactly.
Pouting. You picked yourselves in.
이거 네가 뽑던 거야.
But you were the ones that created the challenge, the producers.
Exactly.
You can't blame them. They're just blaming you because you're the one that made the challenge.
레몬이 좋아하네.
They should have picked them. I had
이
V.
옆에서.
Make a heart next to V, which is pretty easy. He didn't have to
That was
participate.
easy.
The Dreader was like, sugar. No, it's just.
Ah, he looked up and
He
got an
looked
easy
up.
one.
Best thing though is if they had made something hard for every one of them.
Oh, yeah.
That'd have been more fair.
Yeah, but you know they're not going to do that. Some
Nah.
things are easy, some things are hard, as we'll see as we go
That's
through the
their
episode.
producers for
그런
you.
거 같은데? 저는 진짜
I can't stand their producers a lot of times.
하이파이브였고.
My mission was to high five 3 times
레몬스터였습니다.
to RM. See,
1,
2.
2.
See,
See.
they always do that. So it's not really something they would question,
No,
especially if they do good.
he always high five.
Yeah, he always high five.
Yeah.
난 되게 어려웠어요.
That was hard
아니, 근데
too,
이것도
but you can't be
티나게
seen in the
하면 되게
open.
티나게 안 하면
I had to be
나는
secretive
이거는
about
진짜
mine.
조진 거였어가지고 난 멤버들 다 올렸어요 그냥.
I tried to trick everyone.
I mean, it was Jen.
그리고 진영한테 똑똑하다라는 말을 듣는 거였어요.
See,
똑똑했죠?
어떡했어?
와 진짜 어렵다.
that was see, getting them to say something is really hard.
Exactly.
잘해. 아 저는
I mean, it was Jungkook. I given up because we had to do it hard together.
하트를 하는 거였는데.
But he did.
See, that was hard.
See,
Yeah.
Jen said you did it earlier.
네가 나오라고 했어야지.
You should have called him out.
그걸 머리를 못 썼네 그거를.
He tried it like 2 or 3 times, I'm thinking.
But they did give it to him.
Good.
근데 이거를 찍혔는지 안 찍혔는지
I'm
모르겠는데.
not sure it's caught on camera, but I did try. See, he did try, so
Okay.
they gave it to him.
하트 이렇게.
See, they did. So they gave it to him. Thank you. That was good of y'all. That was
손가락 끼는 거였어.
the first nice thing producers have done so far.
Yep, there you go.
See, look how that obvious that
It was
was.
super
But Suga
obvious.
didn't get it. He just thought it was awkward.
바보야. 뭐 아무것도
I'm
몰라.
an idiot. I didn't know what he said.
제육이었고.
He was too into the whole moment of the competition.
See, he had to hear stop it from Hobie.
나 그런 소리 안 하잖아.
I don't usually say that kind of thing. That's why I kept cheating earlier.
Yep, you were right, you were right.
That's what I was thinking.
여기서 못 받는 사람은 단 한 명 뿐입니다.
Only one person will get a gift, who wore the handbag. But they did give him something still, which I think was nice of the producers. Like I said, they had their moments here and there.
Yeah, they are few and far between.
Few and far between. They were good to Jim and let him have his win. They still gave Jen a present.
Yes.
딱 사이즈가 딱 보시면
I will give it to them this time.
Okay, so they're handing out the gifts.
Yep. Just give yeah, it's whoever their Manito is.
Okay.
좋겠다.
I think. I guess unless they picked at a different time period because Jen's was J-Hope, so they're giving theirs to their Manitos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he is the big one. It's a fridge.
And Jim, that's the thing is Jim said he wanted that in his room.
이 뭐야 이거? 책이야?
진짜 너 좋아할 거야.
Yeah, the thing is, you'll see what I mean when I get what Jen means.
진짜.
김민혁 거 아니야 이거? 뭐야 이거?
This is Jim and it's Eddie. See, that was nice of y'all. He needed to get something
한
too.
명씩 잡으자 한 명씩. 진영부터.
난 좋은 걸 줬어요 나는.
와.
He got him a cactus.
Yeah, a
굉장히
cactus.
집장식용으로
I love
되게 좋은
cactuses.
거예요.
They're so pretty. They're oddly pretty to me.
방에 식물을 키우는 사람이 아무도 없잖아요. 저는 이제
I wanted to get a cactus. I think that's sweet.
Nobody had a plant in the room. He wanted to get a
I
cactus.
wanted someone to grow it with me. I
Because
think
I mean,
it's
the thing
sweet.
is too, you don't really have to do a whole lot to cactuses. They're not high
succulents.
maintenance. Yeah.
They already have water built up in them. It's much prettier than you think.
이거 알아 이거. 뭔데 한번 보여주세요.
Now this is something I would love.
꽂아가지고.
아 스탠드.
It's a night lamp
이렇게 큰 거 처음 봤어요. 제가
with a cat, the calico cat, because Jimin's music video of Serendipity, he had a calico cat in there, and it was part of the song too. So that's his big trademark.
하면서 되게 선물 주네.
I would need it.
이것보다
We love
심하네.
cats.
I love cats.
We've got like 6 cats. Actually, we got 7 now, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've ended up, a stray has shown up at our house, and obviously we have taken him on as well. So now we have 7 cats. But lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. I love 7. But the thing is I would love that night lamp because the thing is I'm not a person. Yeah, I'm one of these for a very different reason, but I'm afraid of the dark for a very different reason.
Yes.
I would need me a nightlight of some sort. So that would actually be a very good gift for me.
She sleeps with the TV on every night.
I have to because if it's too silent, I hear too much in the night.
She just has to have something going at all times.
Yeah, I have to.
선물입니다.
If you watch our supernatural videos, you get it.
아, 고마워요. 이거 저도 살 거예요, 사실. 자, 히트텍 세트.
Hashtag long underwear.
모든 내복을 다 트라이봤는데 결국 저쪽 히트텍.
Well, the reason being is because I don't think the other underwear that was given to him even fit. Because, he has the bubble butt and muscles and all that, so he kind of needs a different stretch of underwear.
자, 저 제이홉 씨가 준 선물입니다. 뭐예요?
Okay, this is from J-Hope.
뭐예요?
A mini vault.
Oh, it's a mini vault.
금고입니다, 여러분.
He won't be able to tear it up.
금고 좋지. 안 그래도 금고 살라 그랬는데. 그 금고에 대한 예의가 아닌 게, 야, 이 금고 들고.
At least he can't break it.
Exactly.
That's the one thing he can't break. It is cool. He can hide his most treasured stuff in there.
Exactly.
우와. 야, 트리네.
야, 그래도 멤버들은 다 선물 같은 선물을 했다. 야, 보여줘.
That's
일단. 보여줘. 나
nice.
진짜 너무 선물하고 싶었어.
그냥
Oh, I know this one already.
Who did it come from?
태국가야.
It's really expensive. You can't get it
It came from Sugar, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Sugar fans, because Sugar always gives pictures of Sugar. Is that not
He
right?
gives sugar merchandise.
Exactly.
So, it's literally sugar.
4개나 있는데 4,000원이 아닙니다. 아니, 개당 1,000원이 아니라
Exactly.
I'll throw for just 1,001,
He's gonna go ahead and sell them.
배송도 포함이야?
including delivery. I'll pay.
마이너스 1,500원인데?
진짜
없어, 너 못 구하.
Keep them.
드릴게요.
So it's still a gift.
이거 진짜 궁금해.
야, 뭐 한번 들어봐.
Yep, you get to see what I mean by I get what Jen means, but he wants it in his room.
진짜 기가 막힌 거야, 진짜로. 야, 이거는.
You know they had to be excited about it because it was so big.
야, 이거 5년 동안 먹을 수 있어.
It's rice puffs, right?
Yes,
Rice puffs, guys.
a bunch of food, 2 bags of it.
2 bags of rice puffs. That's why Jen said, I need this in my room.
He's a foodie. He's a massive foodie. He will eat all the time if he could.
해줘야지.
I don't know how they they eat all the time. They don't get fat.
They work it off.
They have to.
그럼 진짜.
이번 편은 진짜 기대가 되는 것 같아요.
각자 선물 마음에 드세요?
네, 저 너무 마음에 듭니다. 너무너무 고마운
And
것
to
같아요.
think that this was a joint thing with the army, that this is like one of the top episodes that everybody loves. I get it.
항공기구로 좀 쓰려고요.
These two were just the best.
아, 정말 맛있게 잘 먹겠습니다, 형님. 재밌는 게임하고 좋은 거 얻어가네요.
You're definitely gonna have to share
여기에
those.
몇 개 넣어놔야겠다.
Oh, yeah. He has plenty to go around.
And like they're about as big as his body.
정말 뜻깊은 시간이었던 것 같고 달려라 방탄은 이제 한복과
And Vulcan Jimmy costumes coming
진짜
up.
기대돼요.
Look at Jimmy. I can't wait to see Jimmy.
자,
So I'll get to see Sugar in the Jimmy costume.
But at the end of this one, we'll get to see
We're
Jen in
gonna
the
get to
handbook.
see Jen in the handbook. He did his punishment.
Yep. He did it with Grace too.
He was being fitted for it.
So how pretty it is. Might as well have fun with him, make it feel better.
Might as well.
출국 날 이 멋있는 모습으로 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Day of leaving for MAMA.
원이다. 잘 어울려요. 나 진짜 깜짝 놀랐어요 아침에 진짜. 대단한 mom이에요 진짜.
Woke up first thing and they see this.
And there they come.
Look how pretty it is.
ex생자 이 방탄소년단 진이라고 합니다. 마음을 향해
It really does look good. It's just something odd and definitely would stand out for sure.
심지어 와.
All over the newspapers. All over the magazines.
이렇게 진영이 자랑스러운 한복을 또 이렇게 입고 이렇게 널리 알릴 수 있을 것 같아서
It should be a
정말
proud thing.
자랑스럽고
It should be.
또 워낙에 또 미남이다 보니까 한복도
This is
너무
just
잘
so
어울리더라고요.
traditional to them.
Exactly.
아,
And
한복인
usually their
줄 알았네.
traditions don't get shown much.
형 얼굴 보고 왔어요.
He really does look amazing in it. He probably made more than I do.
Yeah.
여러분 열심히 즐겁게 재미나게 건강하고 활기차게 다녀오겠습니다. 안녕.
김석진.
Yes, motivate the man. He needs it.
Definitely.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. Handbok was a penalty to the airport, and of course, it was everywhere. But you know, they are usually pretty good about going ahead and doing their
Their punishments.
So that was episodes 32 and 33, I believe. Anyways, those were the two of the competitions in there. Obviously, the picture one and the food bingo were just my favorites, and I think you guys will probably enjoy those as well. It was Manito episode 1 and 2, so this is 2 episodes in this video. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, please share our videos, and a thumbs up would be really appreciated. We've only been on YouTube for about 5 months, so we really like to build a fan base up. We enjoy doing this. It's obviously something that we do in our off time. As I've said previously, Lexi's a full-time student and I work full-time as well, so this is something that we enjoy, and we like to maybe spread a little bit of happiness, maybe spread a little bit of joy, maybe make somebody laugh. But we appreciate everybody's time who takes the time to watch our videos. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We hope that there's some things out there on our channel that you'll really enjoy. So give us a good look over and see if there's something that appeals to you. Let us know what you like. Let us know what we can do better. And until our next video, peace.